Hey everyone, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. I am Jodie, the CEO of Prolong Lash, as if you didn't know that by now. And this is Alicia, our head of marketing.
Hi,
Gorgeous. How are you today?
how are you?
Good.
Welcome to the channel. Now, if you are a new or an experienced lash artist, it doesn't matter. This topic is for you today because we want to talk about building and growing your lash clientele, how to keep them, how to get them. We have some tried and true tips for you today that we want to explore.
Yeah, lots to talk about, going way beyond just building the perfect lash set here.
Mm-hmm.
I like this topic.
Well,
Let's get started.
let's talk about something that I used to do, for an example, and that was a bit of community collaboration. Yeah. So when I used to work in a geographic area that didn't have many lash artists, I was pretty lucky because there was only so many of us. But I still made the effort to go and collaborate with people. So my local hairdresser, who I myself went and got my hair cut there, she and I were on board with each other. You know, she was the person who she referred all of her clients to me if they were looking for lashes, vice versa with hair. Another one, for example, she didn't actually live near us, but we had a big swapsy deal going on, and that was my skin therapist, who you, in fact, go and see now, Jodie.
Yes.
Because lots of people would get their lashes done, and obviously they're wanting to have like the best looking skin, their eyes to look fabulous. They care about what they look like. So that was a really good crossover for us. She would refer lots of people. She also knew, as a lash wearer herself, how to look after lashes when she was doing a facial. She knew not to just like pour oil all over their eyes. She avoided the lashes. She didn't put cotton pads on their extensions, and she always made them wait. This was back in the day when you used to have to wait 24 hours to wet them. She always made them wait between getting their lashes done and doing their facial. So things like that are a really good way to collaborate and get new clientele from your local beauty service people without competing with them.
Do you want to hear a story that I have?
I do.
My daughter did her debutante ball. Well, it's not a debutante ball; it's a formal. So let's call it that. So globally, everyone knows it's prom or formal. And we were in having some dresses fitted, and she was choosing dresses. And there was a young girl sitting there with the masses of young girls that are going to get their formal, do their formal, sitting there giving out cards for her lash salon,
Clever
sitting in the dress shop. Everyone took them. I mean, I obviously didn't need to because I have Alicia, our in-house lash artist. But it was incredible. And then she was also offering makeup services because her salon had like a one-stop shop, waxing, nails, spray tanning, everything. So I thought she was so clever. I looked at her and I think she would have been about 22, and I'm thinking, you are going to be our president one day.
Yeah, she's going places.
Going places. I
clever
love
gal.
that. So use what you've got around you, and don't be scared to do that. Don't be scared. Schools, when schools have their fates or when schools ask you for donations, donate a free set of lashes to their raffles. Get involved locally with your community.
Get school mums. I love school mums.
mums.
I built my business on school mums because, oh, sorry, I just kicked you under the table.
That's all right.
Yeah, once I got, this wasn't an aim, it just happened organically, but it made me realize this is an untapped resource. I did person's lashes who was a local school mum. She went to school the next day and every other mum went, whoa, you look amazing. What's going on? How did this happen? And I ended up having at least 20 clients minimum from one school.
Yeah, as I said, don't be scared to get involved with, and local sports groups, sporting communities. Like, it's not just all about giveaways and donating and everything else, but even turning up. Turning up and having a banner. Like, people let you put banners on fences, and I'm just as I said, that 22-year-old girl sitting in the shop with the dresses with her card offering lashes. Take it back a little step. Digital is very important, and it is the number one way of promoting your business, and we're not trying to say it's not. But don't be scared about being involved in your local community and getting involved in local events and getting your name out there. So it also looks good for your business.
All advertising is good advertising.
Yeah. So they're kind of basic community things to get involved in. And if you're a little bit nervous yourself, grab your friend and take your friend with you on something, or get your friend at the outspoken person. So don't be feeling shy.
Yeah.
It's not scary, but there's so many things you can do for promotions.
I like that idea, and because the reason I like it is because it's not standard. It's a bit out of the box. Like, I like promotions that are not dime a dozen. Everybody's doing it. Like, I'm so sick of, no offense to anyone that does this, because it does work, but I'm so sick of having those like loyalty cards where it's like, do 10 sets of lashes, or buy 10 coffees and then you get a free refill or a free coffee or whatever. Like, yeah, been there, done that. I want something interesting and fun. Like, I want some ideas that are out of the box. Like, what if you hosted a party in your salon, like an open house? Like, I don't even know where I'm going here. Like, I'm just throwing things out there. But like, what if you invite people in to come and see some live demos of what you do? Be like, it's an open house night. There's champagne. Like, provide something that's going to bring them in. Cheese platters. I'll be there. If you have a cheese platter, I'll come. And then you can do lashes right in front of them. Like, bring people in and show them what you do and get them in the feel and understanding of lashes. Like, I want to see some interesting
interaction at trade shows is the biggest thing that works, isn't it? I mean, we've been to so many conferences, and the most crowds I've seen are around our dilution station. People love the fact that it's interactive. Something's going on. They're watching something. They're learning something. Then the people that are doing the actual lashes on the day. Remember that girl in Melbourne? She was all day. She had the crowd around her. She was interacting with the crowd. She offered them something. They come in, they joined her, and then she was showing them stuff.
People want to understand. People want
to see stuff.
Yeah.
They just don't want to stand there and look at your stand and say, yeah, I've heard of your products. You got to give them something. Get them involved. You got to get them excited.
Yeah, absolutely. I think just
get them drunk. Something like that. I mean, a cocktail for me. You won me. You absolutely won me.
It's cheese for me, but I see what you're saying. No, I like the idea of having some promotions and things that are just interesting. Like, you did say loyalty. Like, is a loyalty program something that you can implement? And I know that loyalty programs are becoming a bit more common and a bit more whatever, but my Pilates studio has been doing kind of things to like keep us intrigued during the winter months, where you don't want to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning because it's pitch black and freezing and we don't want to go outside. And it's been like short-term memberships. So if you're feeling like there's a bit of a slump or a quiet season, maybe you do a short-term membership or a short-term loyalty program, something like that, just to keep people involved and engaged and give them something that they can have a small win from, like maybe a little discount for buying the membership up front or something like that. I just like to see something new.
Something different. Yeah, it is, because it does get boring, and you see the emails coming through, and you walk, you go, I like Boost Juice, and I go to Boost Juice, and every time they try and give me a card, and I'm like, no, just don't worry about it. I wouldn't have 5 Boost Juices. And then after my 10th Boost Juice in, say, 2 months, they'll offer me another card again. I'll be like, I'm not. Harry, my kids just say to me, just take it.
Just take it. Is Boost Juice everywhere? I'm just wondering.
No, I don't know. I haven't seen it in the States. All right, let's say it's a
Java
Starbucks.
Juice. Is that something that
Starbucks, they have a loyalty program. Let's go there.
Do they?
Yes, they do. Starbucks have a loyalty program.
Why wouldn't they? That would be silly not to.
I'm torn between loyalty. I'm torn between the loyalty programs. We personally don't have one here at Prolong Lash, and that's because probably I'm a little bit torn between it. And I don't push it. It's not an area I really push. I agree that they can work, but we take all of what we would spend on a loyalty program for our clients and we give it away at conferences. We made the choice very early, didn't we? That we're very generous with our goodie bags. We're very generous with conferences. We probably involve with over 45 conferences in the next 8 months in goodie bag promotions. So That works for us. That's our engagement. We engage everyone by the goodie bag. So it doesn't.
Did you just say 4 to 5 conferences or 45?
45 conferences. So small conferences. So there's about 10 big ones, and then there are about 32.
Isn't the lash industry cool? I love that. Think of all the things you could be going to.
You think about it. You got lash
lash lunches.
There's
always parties and lunches,
garden
and
parties, and people as smaller groups as 20 get in contact with us because we promote not our loyalty program, but we promote our loyalty to you program. Yeah, maybe we call it that. So yes, we get. Adele and I would get probably between 3 and 5 requests a week, and we say no to nobody. So get in contact with us.
That fills my heart with joy. I love that the lash industry is just doing all these cool things.
Some of them are so, well, exactly what you're saying. Some of them are so out of the box. We had one the other day that was a garden party, and they only had 25 guests there or 30 guests there. And some of them we send videos over and we attend personally, or we show up surprisingly. But the just getting involved with these great little concepts that are popping up. They're like pop-up shops. You know, when you walk through a retail store and there's a pop-up shop and you go, oh, how good's that?
Maybe a lash artist could do like a local market and do like a pop-up stand. And then you could like take your lash bed and do a set of lashes like at a market, like that's like an idea similar on par with that for a lash artist.
So that's what we're saying, guys. Think out of the box. And you may want to put some dollars into getting involved with conferences. And putting, if you're a little bit bigger with your branding or a little bit bigger with what you can give away. So it doesn't always just have to be a ticket that you buy 4, get 1 free. Think out of the box.
Yeah. And I've noticed a lot, just generally in the business industry, there are conferences every 2 seconds and they're free, right? There's all these conferences going on that people don't pay, and we will go. If we've got a little, half a day free or something, we will go and pop into these things because we love to be involved and know what's going on and get free lunch. But if you're a lash artist, don't think that just because you're doing something for free, you're not going to get any value from it. Like, for example, if you got a stand at a market, which you'd probably have to pay for, and it feels like I'm outlaying all this and no one's actually paying me anything and this isn't value, like the lifetime value of the customers that you could get from doing that pop-up and actually showing people and making them feel welcome, or doing the pop-up in your salon and having a cheese party and a champagne party and inviting all these people and outlaying, $300 on some snacks and stuff and showing them lashes. Like, you can get so much value in the long run from these things.
You can. And we, things are a little bit different in Australia, and I know that, but I'm using an Australian example. We're very big on barbecues. I know the Americans are big on barbecues. I know everyone in the world's big on barbecues, but sausage sizzles are an amazing thing over here that it's just, they work so well. So we have a store called Bunnings, a big hardware store.
And for Bluey fans, it's Hammer Barn.
There you go. They're Hammer Barn. And every Sunday, a different charity gets to put their tent up out the front and take the takings from a sausage sizzle. You have to provide all your own things, and we've done it with sporting clubs before. 6 or 7 people volunteer for that club. You get out there. I mean, I'm not saying set up a tent outside your salon, but put something outside your salon if you have access to it. If you're in an area where there's lots of walking trade, lots of people walking past, take advantage of that. Get out of your salon for half a day. Get out of your salon for half a day. Set up a table out the front with homemade lemonade, whatever you decide to do, whatever rocks your boat. I used to do that all the time at Rip Curl. We used to do it all the time. I used to make, and I will say that, one staff once a month would have to do a rotation out the front, and it might be to give away M&Ms in a container. It might be to have a what's it called, where your kids get the lucky dip for the kids that were coming around the coast. Just think out of the box and think about something that attracts something to your business. It doesn't have to be just that loyalty program. It can be a one-off. And so when you're doing your thing outside your store or your market or your night, whatever you have, whatever you're doing, this special promotion, tag it. Anyone that's there, get them to tag you. User-generated content. Get them to tag you, whoever's there, first thing. I mean, if you can collect their email addresses, great for the database. But you don't always need to do that, because now these days, you just get their tags. Get them to show where they are, a little bit of a story, who they're with. Take hundreds of photos with whoever's around and just say to them all, tag it. Whoever tags the best, video gets whatever. You don't have to give anything away. People will tag it if you're giving them something.
Yeah.
They're at a party and someone says, can you guys tag me so everyone else knows where I am? Everyone gets on and does it.
And something about social media as well and client loyalty is, don't forget that there are often like what people call like long-time stalkers, that don't actually engage for a long time. People don't see something once and go, I love it, book in tomorrow. Like, that doesn't happen. There are things called marketing funnels, which we won't go into today because it's a bit more complicated, but you have basically these sort of 3 levels where you've got your like top of funnel clients. So these are people that are seeing you for the first time. They've not seen you before. Those people are not going to just jump on tomorrow and book an appointment with you. Then you have middle of funnel. So if someone has maybe stopped in that top of funnel, they've stopped on your post and seen it and liked and thought it was interesting. Meta, Facebook, Instagram, they know when people are pausing on things. They get pushed into the next level of the funnel, like the middle of the funnel. So those people are a bit more engaged, okay? Then you can be serving to them more posts all the time. They're going to start seeing more posts from you until maybe they engage. Maybe they click through and actually have a look on your website or your store. Maybe they purchase. Well, then if they purchase, they're bottom of funnel. So once they've clicked, once they've engaged, once they've done something, then they get to the bottom of funnel, and they're the purchasers. So they're the people that are going to go make a booking. So just because maybe you get lots of views on a reel that you've done, or you've gotten a lot of engagement, or you can see that you've gotten a lot of followers, but you don't have a lot of bookings, don't be disheartened. It's not an overnight success. People expect that they just put up a few posts and all of a sudden they have all these bookings. That's not how social media works. That's not how customers work. They need to get used to you.
You need to get in the brain of them. You need to get in my brain. I'm the customer, because I'm not the marketing thing. I love watching Alicia do her stuff, and I certainly understand it, but it's not my passion. My passion, as we all know, is the retail area and the building of the business. But if you get in my brain, if I'm going through social, so think of me as your next client. I wouldn't think of myself as your client at the time, because I'm probably not going to get that done, but I would flick it, I would look at it once. And then if in a few days' time something else come up about you and I'm looking at it again, I guarantee that if I wanted to get that service done, I would say, oh, there was a girl on that was doing that stuff.
Yeah.
Let me find her.
I have had something in my cart for a store for 3 years. It's on my phone. It's a tab on my phone. It's been in the cart for 3 years.
Can I ask what it is?
Yeah, it's actually a magnesium salt spray.
I'm a bit scared.
It's a magnesium salt spray, and it's supposed to be really great for kids for like muscle cramps, for like getting them to sleep and stuff like that. And I see ads for them all the time. I want to buy it, but it's very expensive. And I keep hoping that they do a sale or something, and they never do. Never goes on sale. I don't think it's ever going to go on sale. But I am warm. I'm a warm client. I am middle of funnel right here. And I predict that one day I'm going to buy this product. I really want it.
And become a bottom of funnel. How would that person get you?
Oh, if they'd give me a discount, I would bloody love that. Salt Lab, do you have a discount code for me?
Oh, there we go.
But like, honestly, it's not a need for me, it's a want, and I just have to prioritize things in my life. I have 3 kids and 1,000 animals. Like, there's only so much I can spend money on.
And she spends more on her animals than her kids.
Well, they're very expensive animals. One of my cats has diabetes. Like, but
put that in the cart.
I buy diabetes medication every day. But I honestly, like, what I'm trying to prove here is that don't be concerned if your posts and your social media engagement doesn't equal automatic money in your
In,
account.
in saying that, so don't be disheartened. The big advice coming from this one sitting next to me, she's got a cooking channel. I'm not going to say much more about it because it's her private life, but she has an AI cooking channel and comes in this morning bragging, had more hits than Prolong Lash. Had more views than Prolong Lash do. And I'm like, well, we better look at the marketing team then.
I know. We've got to pull it together now. Maybe just like gluten-free cooking's more exciting than eyelash extensions.
Well, I don't panic about that, and I'm not disheartened because
No.
the people that we have are bottom of funnel and the purchasers. I mean,
I'm also not selling anything on my other channel. It's just for fun.
No.
But it doesn't matter. Like, my point is, you could have a client that's been watching you for 3 years and something will push them over the edge one day.
10% discount.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, for me, for that product, 10% is not enough. I need a big sale. For me, it's going to be the last sleepless night breaks the camel's back because they keep telling me that it's going to make my kids sleep better. So it'll be just like the night that I have a mental breakdown and order it at 2 o'clock in the morning.
So Salt Co. is what's
Salt Lab.
Salt Lab's next ad to get Alicia trapped in her purchasing from her car is showing 3 peaceful kids asleep.
Yeah, for 12 hours straight.
That's it. 12 hours sleep, three kids asleep, and bang, you've got your purchase.
Yeah.
But if I was in that company now, I would be listening to this and think, have we ever targeted that mum that needs the kids to have the perfect night's sleep?
Yeah.
So maybe their ads need to have children having sleeping time.
Just sleepy time children.
Sleepy time children. Got 3 little beds. Someone's been sleeping in my bed. Anyway, we're getting way off track. Oh, no, we're actually not. We're
on track. We're talking about how to build a loyal clientele. We're building it. It doesn't happen today. It doesn't happen tomorrow. It is building. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is your client base.
Exactly.
That's my new motto.
Okay, so all right. So let's get out of Alicia's magnesium part. Salt magnesium part. Let's get on to. But still, we're talking about your experience with that company. Now, you've been involved with that company for 3 years. You still haven't purchased yet, so you're not
solid middle of funnel.
Yes, I reckon you're going to go back to top very quickly. But your experience with the company, like that's what we need to talk about. So you would leave a great review if that company turned around and for some reason pushed you into purchasing that. So if it works,
if their product is amazing, like, create the client experience for me, would be obviously the purchasing experience, but then actually the product experience, like that'll be the deal breaker, right? Yeah. Are my kids going to sleep? Are they all going to stop complaining about having sore knees as soon as they get into bed? Why is it only bedtime? They were fine 10 minutes earlier. Like, I need to know that this product works, and that goes the same for lashes. Okay, so you can advertise and you can, be in the community and you can convince every person in the street to come into your salon. But you need to provide when you get in there. They need to feel special. Yep. They need to feel comfortable. Yep. They need to get what they were looking for, what they were hoping for. They need to last. They need to be provided with amazing aftercare to keep them on and looking good. To be a lash artist. I know, it's hard work, isn't it?
Hard work.
Yeah.
But it's true.
But the client experience is one of the main ways to keep your clients loyal. Like, past the building comes the keeping them. You must keep those clients because that is way more effective, way cheaper on your business than trying to find new ones all the time.
And you don't want to have to rely on loyalty programs, and you don't want to have to rely on discounting and because you're not busy enough. You want to be busy enough from day one. And the way to do that is the second that client walks in, that client walks out very happy.
Make someone feel good about themselves.
And, have an interesting place for them to be in, whether it's your home, whether it's a salon, wherever it is, make it interesting for them. So when they walk in, the part of the experience starts, the experience can start way before they see you because they've walked in, you mightn't have a reception area. So they've just walked into a room. So that room's got to be welcoming. It's got to be warm. It's got to be clean. Yeah, very clean. And if you do pop your head out and you say, look, I'm going to be 5 minutes, can you just make sure you've got somewhere for them to sit that's comfortable, that there's a water fountain, help yourself to a water. Small things that don't cost a lot of money make all the difference. If someone has to wait in a waiting room for a little bit of time because we know you're not going to be that long. But yeah, have something interesting, and we go back to my favourite thing. Have something for them to look at, have a shop, have something for them to engage with so that they're not sitting there twiddling their thumbs. I know a lot of people are on phones, but get them off their phone while you're in your salon. Give them something that they don't need to be on their phone, something they can take with them, something they can buy, something they can read, something they can watch, whether you have a tally.
Back to this, like this one, my favourite massage place, and
Yes, you do.
their retail area is like freaking wonderland for people going into a like relaxation space. Like they have like all these like healthy muesli bars, and they have candles, and they have plants. I'm a plant lover. I would rather plants than flowers any day of the week. If you want to give me a gift, it's a plant, please, or cheese. But like the things that you can look at are so varied and interesting, and there's so much, and also the plants are like everywhere, so it kind of feels like you're in this like amazing little like rainforest jungle situation, like the aesthetic and fun of it all.
You had her at hello.
I know.
That's a thing.
Exactly.
That's a start.
The jingle of the bell when you open the door, ding, 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 and it's like, I'm in a rainforest.
And it puts you in such a good mood. It starts you already, even before the massage, before the lash, it starts you in good mood. I'm a tea drinker, and I do actually have a bit of a fetish for teas, and my friends do know that about me, so I get lots of teas given to me. But when that tea for you opened up, T2, see, I don't even know the name of it. That's not very good. It's the only time I will venture into a shopping centre these days is to go into that store, and I can spend hours in there.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
When we ran our big salon, we always had a different flavour of T2 every week. So we would have our little tea light candle and our teapot and our cups and stuff. And every week the flavour would change it with a little card in front that said what flavour they were drinking.
See?
It's just cute.
That's a great touch.
And interesting.
It's a great touch. It's a great touch. And it's very simple for you to have a boiled pot of tea sitting there, something different. I mean, that's a different industry. I know what you're talking about, but it doesn't matter if you have a really nice watered down, or even water with fruit in it looks so beautiful. So yeah, just keep an eye on what it looks like for your client. Put yourself in your client's position and walk out of your salon and take it. You know, you're in there every day, so you miss things.
Yeah. What do you want from an experience? You know, something that I want from an experience that I rarely get, which disappoints me often, is to know where I'm going. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but I'm like the type of person that wants to know, where am I going to park my car? I don't want to be driving around the streets like freaking out because my appointment's soon and I don't know where to park. I want to know where to park my car. Actually, this is a good example. My osteopath sent me a questionnaire the other day. Fill out a questionnaire and we'll give you 1 in 3 chance to win a $50 voucher. And we want to know these things. So it was like a 10-minute questionnaire, which I did. And they asked me a bunch of things about the services and what they could do better, and, you know, would I engage in these kind of services, and is this something that I'd like? And they said to you, what is the most important thing for you to come into when you're coming into our business? And I said that you provide a car park. It honestly is, because I am in a rush. Like, I've just rushed from kid drop off. I've got to go to work next. Like, I need to get in and out. I don't want to be driving the streets. And then when I get into that car park, I need to know where I'm going. So many small businesses are like, just go down an alleyway and into the back door, and the door doesn't have a sign on it, or do you have to press a doorbell or put in a code? And it's very confusing and it's very stressful. And that is not an experience that's enjoyable. Like, that is something for me that's a make and break. I need ease of access
to the area. I was up in WA. For everyone that doesn't know much about Australia, it's across the other side of Australia, and I was there a few weeks ago, and my beautiful niece Alicia, hey darling, took me to a beauty salon for the day to have some stuff done together, and then took her auntie to a hairdresser's. But I didn't go. She didn't drop me to the hairdresser's, and she said to me, here's their card, and their card was gorgeous, and it had like a map on it, but like a Disneyland map. It was really fun. It's really confusing. And it was like a little poem, and it said, go this way, go that. I know that's really old fashioned. It's on their website as well. She printed it off their website, and it showed me which lane, because I'm not from that area. Showed me how to walk down which lane and whatever else. I mean, if you know you're in a position, utilize it, make it fun. We know you're going to walk past on the right hand. Yeah, on the right hand side, you're going to walk past this, and we at Prolong Lash are in a court, and when you put it into Google Maps, it takes everyone to the court before because it thinks that we're back onto the court before. It's very confusing. So we have to explain it. So anytime a customer rings up and says, hey, do you mind if I come and pick up the package? Yes, but this is going to happen on Google Maps. We'll walk to the corner so you know where we're coming. Like, if you know it's a problem for them, that customer experience, that small thing you do can change the whole day of driving around and getting frustrated. And the kid in the back screaming, just spilt their McDonald's all over the place. Think about small things that make it easier better for your clients.
Client experience.
It
will keep your clients coming back to you.
So I think that's about it today. We get pretty passionate when we talk about the old client experiences and thinking out of the box. But yeah.
Actually, I had an idea.
Okay. Got an idea.
This isn't about like client experience necessarily, but I think it's about building like a sort of community among your clients. So the idea was having like a notice board of like experience, like
your Pinterest.
Yeah, but like physical board, like you could put in your salon, and maybe you get like one of those like cute little Polaroid cameras. You can get them for like $50. You don't have to spend too much. And like take a picture of the client, their lashes, and maybe you've got like, I don't know, some cute love heart notes or post-its or whatever you want. Do it in your brand color, and a little handwritten note by the client of what their experience was with you in the salon, and just pin it with their photo up on the board. I think that's like such a fun way and something to look at when they come in for your other clients to read and see. But I think it's a really fun way for people to share their experience without you being like, can you put my Google review up for me? Like, oh, no one wants to do that. That is boring. Like, I love some places, and I still am not going to do a Google review because I can't be bothered. But if someone takes a picture, a Polaroid of me, and goes, can you just write a little note about what you loved about your lashes? I could takes 2 seconds, and then you can repurpose that too. You can then like take that review. Yeah. And be like, put up a picture of the Polaroid, put up a picture of the little note and say, blah 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 loves us because of this.
And that could be a story on your socials for like a 3-month period.
Yeah.
You can consistently run 1 to 2 of those a week, and that's all you post. And everyone just goes, first of all, the color, as you mentioned, the sticky note colors, the color, they're your clients' reviews. That's your work up there, and you're not actually pushing a sale in anyone's face. You're actually just showing this story over a few weeks. That is such a great idea. I love that. And you know what it reminds me of?
Tell me.
An old-fashioned obstetrician I used to have when I had my kids, because it was quite a while ago. He used to have pictures up of all the babies he's delivered. And you used to walk in there, and it made me feel like, oh, look, he's done this before. He's not going to hurt me.
I know, yes. So right. Look at all these beautiful babies they've brought into the world. I'm in great hands. Yes. Look at all these beautiful lashes that were born from this lash artist's fingertips. Yes.
If you do that, if you're watching this and you do that, please send us a photo and we'll put you on our socials. We love that idea so much. And
yes.
We want to be on your board.
Inspired by Prolong.
We'll write you a little letter and stick it on your board.
Yes, absolutely. I would love to do that. So please comment below if you do that. And give us a thumbs up, because we just gave you the best idea ever. It's just something fun and out of the box.
It's very good.
And of course, jump onto our socials, and if you want to be tagged in something, retagged, posted, tag us, because we love reposting our customers' work as well. So tag so we can repost you and do you a bit of advertising as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you want to buy Prolong Lash, jump onto our website, www.prolonglash.com.au for Australia. And listen to us on our Aussie Lashwives podcast on your favourite platform. That's Alicia and I belting off again about other things. So we talk about a few different things on that. But thanks so much for joining us. We love this. We love talking to you guys. So if you've got any ideas what you want us to talk about or any suggestions, we're always up for that. If there's something that you'd like us to research and find out and talk about, comment below.
Yeah. Or do you want to come onto our YouTube channel?
Wow.
We'd love to interview people.
What if we do that?
Yeah.
We should interview some people for our YouTube channel.
Okay. First person to comment, we're going to interview you and
tell your story.
Yes. Tell the story of your lash business and what's happening in the lash world.
How exciting.
Yay.
Speak to you soon.